What's going on YouTube? I just wanted to make a tutorial going over the 18 of the top Excel formulas and functions that you will see on a day-to-day basis. So before I get into them, just as a quick note about the layout, here are the 18 functions that I'm going to be going over, and here is just some data that's going to be used as some of these examples. So what is a formula? So a formula is basically anything in Excel that has an equal sign and something followed after it. So equals 5 plus 5, that's considered a formula. Equals this is considered a formula. Equals sum in putting some numbers in there. That's considered a formula. But also a function though is a formula, but it's something that has more. It's more than just referencing another cell or adding. It's, for example, these right here. So these are functions: sum, count, count a. So just as some examples. So it's more than just adding numbers or referencing cells. So to get into them, so with sum function, when adding numbers in Excel, there's a couple ways you can do it. One way is just equals this, and that, and just equals this number plus another number plus another number. As you can see, after just 3 numbers, it's already fairly time consuming. The sum function allows you to add up a bunch of numbers very quickly at the same time. Equals sum, and we're going to add these numbers. Alt H and N changes to number format, and as you can see, that is the sum of those numbers. The count function is the next one, and it counts the number of numeric values in a given range of cells. So equals count, open parentheses, validate that, close parentheses, and as you can see, there are 7 numeric values in this given range of cells. Count a function is the same as the count function, except it doesn't filter by just numeric values. It counts all values in the cells. So count a, highlight these, and as you can see, it's not just 7, it's 9, because it also includes numeric and non-numeric values. So this also includes Bob and Ken. Count if counts range of cells based on a given criteria. There are other kind of variations or similar functions such as SUMIF, but for this example we're using COUNTIF. So let's just say we wanted to count the number of cells that have a value that is greater than 7. You can do this by doing equals count if, in parentheses, range of cells, comma, open quotation, greater than or equal to 7, close quotation, close parentheses. As you can see, there are 4 values that are greater than or equal to 7. You can call it 11. As you can see, there are 2 values greater than or equal to 11. For Hlookup and vlookup, we are going to go to the other tab, because it's easier when you have a range. So the Hlookup allows you to look up a value on a horizontal basis, and the vlookup function allows you to do the exact same thing, except it is vertical. So, and the arguments for both functions are exactly the same, just the way they work is a little bit differently. So Hlookup equals Hlookup. The first argument is the value that you are looking for. So in this case, we're looking for Bill, comma. The table array is the table that includes both the values that you're looking up and the results that you're trying to receive. So this is it. So the table array is this value right here. Your index number is the row that you want to look in. So for example, 1 would be 2, the second one would be 3, third one would be 4th, and so on. Let's just say we wanted to look in the Wednesday row, so it would be 4. And then the last one is if you want to find an approximate match or an exact match. For this example, we want an exact match, so close. And as you can see, it finds number 1 right here. And let's just say we change this to be 5 instead. It finds the number 12 right there. The vlookup is similar, so but it does it on a vertical basis. So same arguments, vlookup, open parentheses, lookup value, want to look up the value Wednesday. So vlookup is very similar, and except it's vertical instead. So let's say we want to look up the value Wednesday. VLOOKUP. First argument is the lookup value to look up. So we wanted to look for Wednesday. The table array is the value that the table is the range of cells that includes both the lookup value and the answer looking to receive. Just say we wanted to look into the Jerry column. That'll be 1, 2, 3, then 4, so 4. And then we want an exact match. And as you can see, we get 1 right here. Let's just say we change to Thursday. And we get the exact same value. And because it looks in the Thursday column right here it looks in the row, the VLOOKUP looks in the row Thursday, and the fourth column, and the HLOOKUP looks in the Jerry row under this row. So going back, the max function returns the largest numeric value with a given range of cells. So max equals max. You can see the largest value in this given range is 13.82. Min function is similar, but it does kind of opposite, so equals min. And since that looks for the smallest numeric value within a given range of cells, so equals min. You can see 2.34 is the smallest value in that given range of cells. The now function tells you what time it is right now. And an interesting note about this function is that it is that you don't need any arguments other than opening and closing parentheses. And as you can see right now, it's February 15th, 2021 at 3:06 p.m. The range array function is a function I have found personally to be the best one for returning a random array of numbers. There are different other options, so there are different similar ones, such as rand between, as an example, but rand array is one that I found that to be best for returning just a random array of numbers. So rand array rows is the number of rows that you want your array to be in, so let's say 10. Columns is the number of columns that you want your array to be in, so let's say 10, so take 100 numbers. The min and max is used for the range of results. Let's say you want them between 5 and 50, 5 for the min and 50 for the max. So, and let's say we did not want integer values, so to show you what integer values would look like, as you can see, they're all whole numbers, but let's say you wanted decimals. That's what it looks like. And as you can see, if you type anything within this range, it gives you a spell error. But what you can do is you can copy and paste this to make it to where you would just have a range. So you can copy that, right click, paste special, values, and as you can see, we still have the same range. But you can type whatever we want to in here, and it will not throw an error. The round function is a function used to round numbers to a given decimal point. Equals round. Let's say we want to round this to the third decimal point. That's what it would get. Average just allows you to find the average of a given range of cells. So similar to the average of those values. That's what we get. And there are different other ones you can use. So there's different other options to find the mean. But average is the most common one. Standard deviation. There are different variations of the standard deviation one. So you have standard SCDV.P, S.A. The standard one is just SCEV, and it's so one of the standard deviation of these values right here. So you get is number checks to see if a value is a number or not, and this is going to be extremely useful because Excel, if something is a true date in Excel, it views it as a number. But sometimes you have things that look like dates that aren't necessarily dates, true dates. So this number, and as you can see, these ones right here, they look like numbers, but they are not numbers. They're just text. one way to get around this is you can actually copy a blank cell, go over the cell that as it's an odd number, paste special, and then you can add the blank cell. And as you can see, that went from being text to a number. I also changed the format. So you also change the format to numeric as well, or to date. But there's a couple ways to get around that. And this is important because sometimes you can get an error function, an error. And errors are more common than many people want to think in Excel. So to give you a random example of an error, as you can see, 10 divided by 0, you can't divide by 0. But let's just say if we did get an error, we didn't want it to show up as an error. We wanted it to be blank. So equals if error, if error, and then the value is the formula that is returning an error, and the value for error we can just give blank. This now you can see it is blank if that returns an error or this sucks. I hate errors. So as you can see, instead of divided by 0, it shows that I hate errors. This text is similar to is a number, except it checks to see if something is text. As you can see, these numeric values are not text. But these two values right here are text. And this can be useful in troubleshooting if something is going wrong. And as a last note, now this last function is the unique function, is only available if in Excel 2019 and later, but it returns a unique range. It returns a unique range of values. So from a given list of values. So let's just say we have, say we go down right here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, just a random range of numbers. Unique. And then close parentheses, and as you can see, despite 1 and 2 showing up numerous times, the unique function only shows the values that are unique in this range. This can be extremely useful in your Excel formulas, and especially useful for nesting as it's really simple to use. So that being said, I really hope that y'all found this Excel function tutorial. I hope that y'all found this tutorial to be helpful. I know that I flew through a bunch of stuff, but hopefully it's a solid, at least introduction or a couple examples to some of the functions that are very useful in Excel. If you like this, please like, subscribe, and comment. Let me know if you have any questions, comments, or concerns. Any support is extremely helpful, and thank you so much for watching.